More than 10 years after the occasions of the main film, the film starts with Jake Soyle portraying his unobtrusive and serene life as head of the Omaticaya tribe and raising a family with his significant other Neytiri, which incorporates his children Netayam and Lok and his girl Tuk, his embraced little girl Kiri, brought into the world from Elegance Augustine's sluggish Navi symbol, and a human kid named Bug, the child of Miles Quaritch, who was brought into the world on Pandora yet couldn't be shipped to Earth in cryostasis as a baby. While Jake can acknowledge Bug as a took-on child, Neytiri is skeptical of him given his human beginnings. Notwithstanding, every one of the kids blend and mingle well with one another, including Bug, whom Kiri is friendly with despite the fact that he is a human. Bug doesn't embrace his human legacy and feels more lean to Navi culture and customs. They carry on with a typical existence until one day they notice a weird star in the night sky. Sadly, they understand it's a RDA space transport with people getting back to Pandora to colonize it, raising another really working base once more, making huge obliteration Pandora. Among the fresh debuts in the boat is Colonel Quaritch, who has been cloned into a Navi body and with his recollections transferred from before his demise. Thus, Quaritch can't recall his downfall because of Jake yet is simply ready to remember the occasions before in his vindictive mission to wipe out Jake. To keep the RDA from taking advantage of Pandora once more, Jake drives an essential guerrilla activity against the RDA supply lines, debilitating them. In one of the tasks, Loku resists Netayam and is anxious to show what him can do as a Navi champion, attempts to help Jake in fight yet is injured. Jake protects and teaches him to not jeopardize his own security by being crazy. That evening, while at the same time watching out for his injuries, Neytiri serenely reminds Jake to be not excessively unforgiving with Lok, to which Jake communicates his anxiety as a dad for the security of his youngsters. In the meantime, the retaliatory strike on the RDA supply lines doesn't agree with Quaritch, who starts a hunt mission to kill Jake. During a fun-loving endeavor, Jake's kids alongside Bug investigate further into the rainforest. Unbeknownst to them, Quaritch and his group are in the area investigating the site where Quaritch finds his human remaining parts. A perceptive Lok sees their presence and rapidly illuminates Jake. A clash results and Quaritch's crew catches Jake's youngsters. Jake and Neytiri show up in time and free a large portion of them, however Bug is taken by Quaritch, who remembers him as his child. On board the boat, the RDA attempts to constrain data about Jake from Bug, whom denies. Evolving procedure, Quaritch tends to Bug as his child and furthermore to make sense of more about the Navi in return for his opportunity on his side. Despite the fact that unagreeable and ignorant about Quaritch's real mission, Bug shows Quaritch Navi culture. Quaritch is additionally effectively ready to tame an Ikran flying animal as his vehicle. Realizing the risk, insects information on his whereabouts postures to their well-being and furthermore to keep away from another fiasco, Jake persuades a hesitant Neytiri and his family to oust themselves from the Omaticaya tribe and retreat toward the eastern seaboard of Neytiri, a coral reef island whose group and way of life is adjusted to Pandora's oceanic living space. Jake gives his central mantle to his replacement and passes on altogether to Neytiri. Once showed up, they are welcomed by the family boss Tanawari and his better half Ronal, who is suspicious of them at first. Nonetheless, Jake makes sense of their circumstance and they are consented to remain and given cover. Despite the fact that a few tribesmen disparage Jake and his youngsters for their hereditary human legacy, the family learns the methods of the reef individuals, gaining the appreciation of them. Kiri is captivated with the oceanic existence of Neytiri and fosters an otherworldly bond with the ocean and its animals, while Lok gets to know Tsireya, the little girl of group boss Tanawari and his better half Ronal. While adjusting to their new climate, Lok gets into a battle with Tsireya's sibling Aonung when he pokes a rough fun at Kiri and him of their blended human genealogy. Jake counsels his child for his way of behaving. At Jake's demand, Lok gets back to apologize to Aonung and his companions. Be that as it may, they tempt him to an outing into the region of a perilous ocean hunter, the Akula, and leave him abandoned in vengeance. The Akula attempts to go after Loke. Notwithstanding, Loke is saved by and gets to know Payakan, a tulkun, a keen and pacifistic cetacean species whom the meat hyena think about their profound family. Loke can speak with Payakan through marking and eliminates an old spear head from the monster's right balance. Upon his revisitation of meat hyena, boss Tanawari, who became mindful of Aonung's deceiving of Loke, requests that the previous apologize to Loke. Notwithstanding, Loke assumes the fault himself, winning Aonung's companionship. He is additionally informed that Payakan is an untouchable among his species. In the interim, out traveling to a branch off of the Tree of Spirits, Kiri joins with it to meet her mom, yet experiences a rough seizure. She is mended by Ronal, yet when Jake calls Norm Spellman and Max Patel for help, Quaritch can follow them to the archipelago where the reef individuals reside. Carrying Bug with him, he seized a whaling vessel which is hunting tulkuns to reap their cerebrum compounds for making hostile to maturing cures. Quaritch starts to severely scrutinize the native clans about Jake's area, bombing that. He arranges the whaling team to wantonly kill the tulkuns to draw Jake out. Loke intellectually interfaces with Payakan and discovers that the tulkun was projected out in light of the fact that he conflicted with the methods of his species and went after the whalers who killed his mom. At the point when the meat hyena learn of the tulkun butchers, Loke takes off to caution Payakan, trailed by his kin, Sireya and Aonung. They find Payakan being pursued by the whalers, and Loke, Kiri and Took are caught by Quaritch. With their kids at serious risk, Jake, Neytiri and the meat hyena set off to defy the people. Quaritch powers Jake to give up, however, seeing his spirit sibling endangered, Payakan assaults the whalers, setting off a battle which kills the majority of the group and basically harms the vessel, making it sink. Neytiri salvages Loke and Bug, yet is lethally shot. Jake faces Quaritch, who involves Kiri as a prisoner. At the point when Neytiri does likewise with Bug, Quaritch at first denies his child, however ceases when Neytiri cuts insect on the chest. Jake, Quaritch, Neytiri and Took end up caught inside the sinking vessel. Jake chokes Quaritch into obviousness and is protected by Loke and Payakan, and Kiri brings ocean animals to help her save Neytiri and Took. Bug finds and safeguards Quaritch, however passes on him because of his savagery towards the Na'vi and putting his objective to kill Jake's family over being his dad and turning into a decent man, driving him back to rejoin Jake's loved ones. After Neytiri's memorial service, Jake and his family choose to for all time stay with the meat hyena.
Thank you for watching. Please subscribe in channel, like and share.